Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 10 out of Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, Ynw Bortlen is back in jail. I'm going to be telling y'all why. I'm going to be breaking it down. And I'm going to be telling y'all the impact that this new arrest will have on his case. Ynw Bortlen's new mugshot is making its way across social media after an arrest last Thursday, placing him in the Miami-Dade County Jail. If you don't know, Bortlen was originally arrested back in February of 2019 in Houston, Texas, before being extradited to Broward County, Florida, where he faced 2 first-degree murder charges along with 2 charges of accessory to first-degree murder. Ynw Melly would turn himself in the next day, only to be charged with shooting fellow rappers Ynw Juvie and Sack Chaser, while Bortlen allegedly drove around with the bodies before bringing them to a hospital. Police would later say Bortlen's description of what took place didn't coincide with the evidence, leading detectives to believe Bortlen was attempting to cover up the murders. Fast forward, Bortlen was granted a $180,000 bond and released from jail in May of 2020. Immediately, the internet shot rumors out that he must be cooperating with the police, but all that was false. If anything, his bond was a significant sign that the evidence against him wasn't as strong as Broward County prosecutors were hoping, leaving many to believe this would also be good news for Melly. None of the evidence against Bortlen showed signs he participated in any murder, and the only thing they had on him was he drove the bodies to the hospital, leading to his accessory to murder charges. As part of Bortlen's release conditions, he was allowed to work, meaning with permission, Bortlen would be allowed to continue his career and was most likely given the green light to record music and music videos. According to the Broward County Clerk's office, on March 27, 2021, Bortlen was granted permission to leave his residence, but was tracked to a private residence and later the King of Diamonds nightclub in Miami. The next day, he was yet again given permission to leave and was tracked to the Playhouse Gentlemen's Club and G5 Gentlemen's Club. The court paperwork further states during the time the defendant was away from his residence, his activities were unknown, and his arrest warrant was signed April 5th. Why it took 3 days later to arrest him, I'm not sure. But Bortlen was taken into custody in Miami at his listed address and will soon be transported back to the Broward County Jail. And at this time, from what the courts is saying, his failure to comply with his pretrial conditions has left him with no bond on all 4 charges. And I can guarantee the courts will be fighting against letting him out again. Meaning, he'll be incarcerated now until trial, along with Melly. Now, one of the most important things to point out first quarter is the simple fact that they said his activities weren't known. I'm not sure how it is if he has to call and be like, yo, I want to go out and work, and they're like, oh, okay. Or does he have to list a specific place, a specific time period, something like that? I'm assuming not, since he felt that he could just go whichever way he wanted to. I can go to this club, I can go to this house. But who is to say he wasn't actually working, right? He's an entertainer, he's a rapper. Motherfuckers can get paid to come out to clubs, to host clubs, to perform at clubs. Simple shit like just showing up and taking pictures. You can be paid, therefore you're still working. So it really comes down to what were the exact specifics behind him being allowed to work. Was he allowed to go out? Him going to a house could have been a private recording studio. Could have been filming something for his Instagram, which would count as promotion for upcoming music. This is still work. So like I said, it comes down to the specifics of what they were allowing him to do, because everything that he did, it could count as working. I mean, you could push it so far that once you own, let's say, a LLC or whatever, you want to get into the details of that. I'm not going to break all that down in this video. But things like going out to a strip club in furtherance of your business, promotion, whatever it is, throwing money, that's a fucking tax write-off. If it's a tax write-off, that means it has to do with business. That means you're working, right? So, I mean, if you could pull that off to the IRS, yeah, we went to the strip club, but we were making money and throwing money. If you can pull that off, I'm sure his lawyer is going to be able to speak up in his defense. But due to the fact that you're out on bond on 2 capital murder charges, I mean, this is death penalty type shit. And then not only that, you have accessory to first degree murder. I don't think they're gonna want to give him that second chance, even though it could have been a slight slip up. Then again, if they're like, okay, we'll prove that you were working, the burden of proof is gonna fall on Bortlen. So he's gonna need to prove why he was at the club and what he did at the club or that private residence that was significant to his career and to him working. Now, I've actually talked to Ynw Bortlen on the phone. He hit me up on Instagram, he asked for my number, and we chopped it up for like an hour. I thought he was gonna hit me up like, yo, can you take this video down? Because I've had people ask me to do so, and I usually feel one type of way about it. If my video isn't affecting your case, as in they're not using my video against you in court, like how they're using Nick Cannon's interview against Casanova, I don't want to take my video down, because you're most likely not going to hit up ABC, NBC, all these other news outlets. Hey, can you take my video down? So why the fuck am I going to do it? But he wasn't on none of that. He actually saluted me and appreciated the fact that I was one of the few outlets that spoke up for him. See, the thing about Broward County specifically, along with a lot of other counties in Florida, is you can look up the paperwork. And you have a lot of blogs and other hip-hop media outlets that are quick to just go along with the rumors instead of getting down to the facts and going direct to the source. So I went into the Broward County website, found his paperwork, and based my videos on him, on his exact paperwork. So I'm not painting him in a light that isn't true. And he appreciated that I was able to clear up these little snitching rumors that he allegedly had. Because if he did snitch, if he told, if he pointed, if he implicated, if he did any of that shit, it would have been in the paperwork. And it ain't nothing but to type in somebody's name on the Broward County Clerk website and view their paperwork to see if they actually snitched. But he was cool, people. It was good to talk to him. He said he's got high hopes for the rest of his case, along with Melly, who's in good spirits inside of the Broward County jail. It's disappointing to hear that he's now back in jail. I'm not sure how it's going to work out with his judge and with his lawyer, if he's going to be able to try to fight this and get bond. But like I said, it's going to fall back on him to prove that he was actually doing something that was involving him working. Now, in my opinion, at the end of the day, I feel like Melly's conviction really falls on Bortlen. If Bortlen ain't saying nothing because there's nothing to be said, there's not much more that they can put against Melly. And they're trying to mix up phone calls, they're trying to mix up messages, and you know, they've pushed for that shit to get thrown out, and that shit really, it isn't nothing but lawyers trying to twist words and act like it had something to do with the case. But if nobody is actually pointing the finger at Melly, I honestly believe that they're going to beat this case. And I mean, there's still pending trial. Bortlen might have to be in there along with Melly until trial. But I know that'll be a huge relief and weight off of their shoulders. And it's going to be major for hip-hop to not only have Bortlen back, who's been pushing out his music, but to have Melly back. But y'all already know I'm going to keep y'all updated on the case if any new information comes out. Free Melly, free Bortlen. It's 1090 J. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. Till next time.